and welcome to the first session of our sustainability series. My name is Mansi Desai and I'm the head of sustainability at Fishman. Today's session is an introduction to circular economy, where we will understand the difference between a linear and circular economy, look at the concepts and need and what it means for a business, and then look at the stages of achieving circular economy within our projects. For most part of our human history, our economy has been linear. Linear economy includes a take, make, waste approach that involves the collection and transformation of raw materials into products that consumers use until they are discarded as waste, with no concern for their ecological footprint or their related consequences. The model critically prioritizes profit over sustainability whilst promoting limited lifespan products. The traditional model of a linear economy promotes planned obsolescence, which means that when a product has been specifically designed to have a limited lifespan in order to encourage consumers to buy it again. This is a key limiting factor of a linear economy. The key difference between a linear economy and a circular economy is that the main focus of a linear economy is profitability, irrespective of the product's life cycle. Whereas for circular economy, the focal point is sustainability. But before we get into that, let us quickly look at the risks of a linear economy. As the world becomes more aware of the devastating impacts of a linear model, the key risks of continuing the take, make, waste approach includes ecological, economic, and transitional risks. The ecological disadvantage of a linear economy is that the production of goods is at the expense of the productivity of our ecosystem. All three steps of the take, make, waste mentality affects ecosystem services in different ways. For example, the collection of raw materials and production of new ones lead to high energy and water consumption, emission of toxic substances, and disruption of natural capital such as forests and lakes. Economic risks, on the other hand, jeopardizes the supply of material. This uncertainty is caused by fluctuating raw material prices, scarce materials, geopolitical dependency on different materials, and increasing demand, all of which pose great economic risks. The linear model also does not work with the increase in policies and laws to mitigate waste and support the circular economy transition. Linear businesses pose the risk of increased costs and/or increased litigation risks. Then there is the growing consumer awareness of environmental issues around climate change, waste, hazardous chemicals, and so the companies who continue to work within the linear model are scrutinized even further, posing reputational risk and risk of customer losses. And finally, due to the advancement in technological innovations, we know that circular business models are increasingly more cost-effective. Circular economy is where we stop waste from being produced in the first place. That is, nothing goes to landfill and we minimize our dependency on natural resources. It is one where goods and resources are reused, repaired, recycled, refurbished, and maintained to extract every ounce of use across a range of applications in order to prolong its useful lifespan. Now, according to the MacArthur Foundation, this shift towards circularity could give us the tools to tackle climate challenges such as climate change, biodiversity loss, waste and pollution, amongst others, whilst also addressing important social needs. The Ellen MacArthur Foundation has developed this circular economy systems diagram, which is also known as the butterfly diagram, that illustrates the continuous flow of materials in a circular economy. There are two main cycles, the technical cycle on the right and the biological cycle on the left. In the technical cycle, products and materials are kept in circulation through processes such as reuse, repair, remanufacture, and recycling. In the biological cycle, the nutrients from the biodegradable materials are returned to the earth. So to help you understand a bit better, the technical cycle includes anything that doesn't biodegrade. So things like various types of materials like metals, plastic, polymers, things that you would want to recover and feed back into the ecosystem. Now that can be through recycling, such as chemical or physical recycling, or reuse and repurposing. Biological cycle, on the other hand, is one which biodegrades. It could be things like food or cotton or a form of wood, for example chipboard, that if designed correctly then could biodegrade and be returned back to regenerate nature. The circular economy is based on three principles driven by design: eliminate waste and pollution, circulate products and materials at their highest value, and regenerate nature. It is underpinned by a transition to renewable energy and materials. A circular economy decouples economic activities from the consumption of finite resources. It reduces our dependency on finite resources and to a great extent prevents us from using them. In short, it is a resilient system that is good for businesses, people, and the environment. It also reduces emissions generated from waste and raw material extraction and manufacture. So is circular economy a solution? We believe so. Actively supporting a circular economy transition can help ensure critical raw materials are available for energy transition. For example, recycling batteries can create a cost-effective supply for electric vehicles and energy storage, as well as ensuring these technologies require less virgin materials and extraction overall. Now, according to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, adopting a circular approach in just 5 sectors, that is steel, aluminium, cement, plastic and food, would reduce the GHG emissions by 9.3 billion tons, equivalent of eliminating all transport emissions globally. A move to circularity can help boost economy. Research shows that circular economy offers a 4.5 trillion economic opportunity by reducing waste, stimulating innovation and creating employment. The circular economy could reduce companies' need for primary raw material and their associated cost, leading to greater cost efficiencies and profitability for investors and investees. It also supports human health and biodiversity. Every year, more than 9 million deaths occur due to air, water and soil pollution. This pollution also threatens biodiversity. So working towards a circular economy can help protect human health and biodiversity in many ways, including by making better use of natural resources and by mitigating the climate crisis. Circular economy also helps create more and better jobs. Jobs may be lost in a more linear business model. However, new jobs can be created in fields such as recycling, services like repair and rentals, or in new enterprises that invest in innovations for use of secondary material. And of course, the circular economy concept is all about making better use of natural resources like forests, soils, water, air, metals and minerals, and reducing our dependency on them in the first place. Removing barriers to circularity can prove to be a major contributor to meeting the needs of net zero carbon and several of the Sustainable Development Goals. A move to circular economy is also guided by key guidances and legislations. The EU Circular Economy Action Plan is a comprehensive body of legislative and non-legislative actions that were adopted in 2015, which aims to the transition of the European economy from a linear to a circular model. The EU is now recognized as a leader in circular economy policy making globally. Within the UK, we have a few strategies and policies ourselves. England's Our Waste, Our Resource strategy sets out how we will preserve our stock of material resources by minimizing waste, promoting resource efficiency, and moving towards a circular economy, as well as tackling waste crimes. And Scotland and Wales also have circular economy strategies that aim to support the green recovery by taking actions which support a zero waste, zero carbon transition. Incorporating circular economy into business models helps drive innovation that not only benefits customers but also the wider business and all the stakeholders in our value chain. It will increase our customers' loyalty and keep our businesses ahead of the competition, as well as the existing and any future coming legislations that will be enforced. Now let's look at the building sector, for example. Within buildings, the focus is on the use of steel, cement and its related product, concrete, and these materials represent the highest source of GHG emissions for all building materials. The construction and operation of the buildings use up an increasing amount of raw materials and energy. Approximately 37% of global greenhouse gas emissions come from this sector alone. And around 95% of the value of construction materials is lost as the building decay into obsolescence and then demolition. This is largely due to the take, make, dispose, waste model that is currently at the heart of the real estate and construction sector. But of course, we all want things to change, and we are changing things. We need to adopt a better sustainable methodology, design out waste and pollution right from the start, and ensure that buildings and assets keep products and materials in use for longer. Some of the things that we're currently doing and could do more of includes being future ready. Early considerations within the design is one of the first steps. This will help us embed sustainability systematically into every stage of our design. We are consciously looking at reducing the amount of concrete and steel used to what is strictly necessary. We are also working on retrofitting structures and designing buildings for longer long-term use. Investing in technology, we need to ensure that we use the right technology to help us design sustainability. One example is our EC4S tool, which helps identify embodied carbon within our structures right from the start. The next one is continued learning and sharing knowledge. We have a bank of knowledge and experience that we need to tap into and share our learnings with the wider group. We continue to engage with our clients and the wider industry to share best practices and lessons learned. But of course, we need to do more of it and position ourselves as thought leaders within our field. And finally, leading by example. We are helping our clients understand the value of circular economy, be it through our design development or developing key documents like sustainable material management and site waste management plans to pre-demolition audits, which help with circular economy statements for planning applications. I hope you found the introduction to circular economy useful. Join us in our next session where we will look at pre-demolition audits and what role they play within circular economy. Thank you.